famous historian, Alexander Fraser Tytler stated, "A democracy cannot exist as a permanent form of government. It can only exist until the people discover they can vote themselves largesse out of the public treasury. From that moment on, the majority always votes for the candidate promising the most benefits from the public treasury, with the result that democracy always collapses over a loose fiscal policy to be followed by a dictatorship." With that statement in mind, we should consider where America is now, fiscally speaking. The Democrat Party has moved America to the point of economic collapse by doing exactly what Tytler described. HUD Secretary Ben Carson is warning America what is in our future if we continue down the same ruinous path that so many other past world empires like Spain, France, Great Britain, and Rome have followed. He asked, "Are we going to face the same thing, or are we going to be smart enough to learn from their examples?" From the Washington Examiner. Secretary of Housing and Urban Development Ben Carson said Thursday that the United States could face the same fate as ancient Egypt and Rome unless it finds a way to shrink the national debt. You go back to 17th century Spain, 18th century France, 19th century Great Britain, ancient Egypt, ancient Rome, every one of them knew that there was a problem. They did nothing about it and they collapsed, Carson said. Are we going to face the same thing, or are we going to be smart enough to learn from their examples? Carson was asked by Representative John Culberson, Republican Texas, during his testimony on the proposed HUD budget to talk about the need for members of Congress to be honest with our constituents and tell them how urgent it is that we rescue Medicare and Social Security from insolvency. Carson responded by discussing the size of the U.S. debt. $20 trillion, the national debt. Just back it back up to $18 trillion. If you tried to pay that off at the rate of $10 million a day, 365 days a year, it would take over 5,000 years, Carson said. This is what we are putting on the back of our citizens, he said. Every of those thousands of babies born today will come with a debt of $60,000 on their head. This does not go away, this is there. So we have to work within that reality. Almost every society had an opportunity to do this. The Treasury Department has warned that Congress will have to act before August to raise the debt ceiling, or the U.S. will not be able to borrow any more money. The national debt is just short of $20 trillion. We would do well to heed Carson's words and, no doubt, President Trump is fully aware of the threat of collapse if we do not get our national debt under control. That is why he is downsizing some federal agencies and eliminating others. Let's just hope he can get done before the Democrats do any more damage. Share this on Facebook and Twitter and let us know what else you think. And don't forget to help support us by subscribing and joining us on Patreon by clicking on our Patreon link in the description box down below. Don't forget to check out our all-new website with much more content than on our YouTube channel. Let the world know your thoughts on this story. The American Conservative Herald helped contribute to this report. Thanks for watching and goodbye from all of us here.